The downfall of the high and mighty Sara Duterte. Patuloy po ang pagbagsak ni Sara Duterte. At ito po ay nasimentohan lalo kahapon sa kanyang press conference nung tahasan niyang dininay. Actually, blatantly denied. Ano po ba ang ibig sabihin ng blatantly? Sabi po sa diksyonaryo, unashamedly. Yung bang walang yaan, hindi na nahiya, openly, talagang binroadcast sa buong mundo. Dininay niya na nag-threaten siya sa ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos. Okay na sana, ipaliwanag niya na misconstrue lang natin or nabigyan ng ibang kahulugan yung ibig niya sabihin. Dahil sabi niya, hindi naman daw niya tinreten. Paano daw nagkaroon ng assassination plot kung siya ay patay na? Dahil sabi nga niya, kapag siya ay napatay, utos niya dun sa kanyang kinausap na tao na patayin din si BBM, si First Lady at si Speaker Martin. Ang hindi lang katanggap-tanggap talaga ay nung sinabi niya na wala daw assassin, walang gunman. Samantalang siya mismo ang nagsabi na meron na siyang kinausap na kapag may nangyari sa kanya ay tuluyan gurgurin si PBBM, si FL Lisa at si Speaker Martin. At hindi na po siya tinablan ng hiya nung tahasan niyang sinabi na wala siyang sinabing ganun. Napanood po ng buong mundo nung siya ay nagkaroon ng meltdown at sinabi niya yung pagbabanta laban sa ating presidente. So para sa akin, yun ang nagsemento sa pagbagsak ni Sara Duterte. The once high and mighty Sara Duterte has fallen. Meron po akong isi-share sa inyo na article na I find it very interesting na nagpapahiwatig ng pagbagsak ni Sara Duterte. Dalawang artikulo po ito. Basahin ko po yung una, and this is titled Sara Duterte's Denial, a Dangerous Deflection in the Face of Serious Allegations. Ano po ba ang ibig sabihin ng deflection? Correct me if I'm wrong. Ito po ba yung paglilihis? Dahil nung sinabi ni Sara na wala siyang sinabi, yun ay paglilihis sa katotohanan. Dahil tulad nga ng sinabi ko sa inyo, the whole world witnessed and heard kung ano ang totoong sinabi niya at hindi na po niya mababawi yon. Basahin ko po. Vice President Sara Duterte's recent categorical denial of making an assassination threat against President Bongbong Marcos is not only an evasion but a dangerous attempt to deflect responsibility for her own words. On Friday, February 7 of 2025, she firmly denied making such a threat, saying, "I did not make an assassination threat to the president. However, let us not be misled by this blanket denial when the truth is crystal clear." During a virtual press conference on November 23, 2024, Duterte made a direct, explicit threat when she said, "Huwag kang mag-alala sa security ko kasi may kinausap na ako na tao. Sinabi ko sa kanya, pag ako, tayin mo si BBM, si Lisa Araneta, at si Martin Romualdez." This is not a mere implication. It is a chilling, explicit statement that cannot be dismissed as a misunderstanding. The Vice President openly and explicitly named key political figures who should be harmed in the event of her death. This was no idle threat. It was a reckless call for action that speaks volumes about her judgment and responsibility. Instead of confronting the gravity of her own words, Duterte has chosen to double down with a categorical denial, hoping that her words will simply be forgotten or dismissed. But a political game of PR isn't going to work here. The people of the Philippines deserve to know the truth, not some calculated political response designed to make the situation disappear. The fact that the House of Representatives has voted to impeach her with 245 congressmen endorsing the verified complaint, including the serious charge of conspiracy to assassinate the President, First Lady Lisa Marcos, and Speaker Martin Romualdez, makes this no trivial matter. By denying the explicit threat she made, Sara Duterte is attempting to play the crying victim, evading responsibility and spinning the situation as an unjust political harassment or persecution. But this is no time for sympathy or deflection. It is a time for leadership, accountability, and transparency. If she truly believed her words were misinterpreted, this was her chance to own up to the gravity of her actions. Instead, she has chosen to engage in political games and hide behind a facade of innocence. This is also a textbook example of the perfect act of evil in politics, when a leader tries to downplay their reckless behavior and dodge the consequences. Sara Duterte's refusal to acknowledge the seriousness of the situation only deepens the mistrust surrounding her leadership. She cannot escape the fallout of her own words, no matter how hard she tries to deny them. The articles of impeachment, particularly the conspiracy charge, are not baseless allegations. They directly reflect the severity of her words and the potential consequences. She has made her bed by issuing such a direct threat, and now she must lie in it. This is a clear case of consequences of my own actions. Denial will not make it go away. It is clear that Vice President Sara Duterte's denial is a calculated move to avoid responsibility and keep the public in the dark. But the Filipino people deserve better than exploitative political schemes and tactical blame games. If Sara Duterte truly believes the allegations against her are unfounded, she should confront them with full transparency, not hide behind evasions and manipulative finger-pointing. The longer she avoids accountability, the worse this will get for her. In the end, Vice President Sara Duterte's denial doesn't erase the weight of her words. Words that could have far-reaching consequences. The Filipino people deserve a leader who takes responsibility for their own actions, not one who spins lies to escape the truth. The world is watching, and her actions speak louder than any denial ever will. The question is no longer whether she made the threat, but whether she will face the storm she has created or continue to hide behind deflections and denials. Tick-tock, tick-tock. The clock is ticking and the reckoning is coming. How much longer can she keep running from the consequences of her own making? God save the Philippines from Sara Duterte. It is time to save the Philippines from the shackles of a diminishing political dynasty, one built on deceit and denial that has failed to deliver real change. The people deserve leaders who rise above the politics of old, who choose truth over power and integrity over manipulation. The future of this country demands accountability, not the continuation of a leadership that puts personal interests above the nation's well-being. Enough is enough. So kung sino po ang sumulat nito, this is perfectly written. Dahil kahit na ano pong deny ni Sara Duterte, hindi po niya mabubura ang katotohanan na sinabi niya yung mga katagang pilit niyang binubura sa isipan ng taong bayan. But unfortunately, hindi po ganong kadali i-deny ng isang banta na napakinggan at napanood ng buong mundo. Ito naman pong susunod na babasahin kong article ay nakita ko na ni-repost ni Ramon Tulfo. This article is a masterpiece in political analysis. Political blitzkrieg at its finest. If there is one thing the Marcos-Romualdez alliance does better than anyone else, it is playing the long game with so much finesse. You won't even see the revenge coming. They don't do messy, drawn-out feuds. They do not engage in reckless public outbursts. They don't need to. They observe. They calculate. They wait. And when they strike, it is swift. It is ruthless. It is over before you even realize what happened. This isn't about emotional vendettas. It is not about tantrums and threats. It is about power. The kind wielded with precision, not impulse. They let Sara Duterte destroy herself, watched as she lashed out, burned bridges, insulted the very people who once shielded her. And when she was at her weakest, when she had alienated her allies and exhausted her credibility, they moved in for the kill. Call it a political blitzkrieg, a lightning-fast, coordinated takedown that leaves no room for counterattacks. No leaks, no theatrics, just calculated execution. And by the time she saw it coming, it was too late to fight back. The allies she trusted, gone. The enemies she mocked, now in control. The power she once wielded, reduced to nothing. She thought she was feared. She thought she was untouchable. She thought she could keep crossing lines without consequence. But politics isn't about brute force. It is about knowing when to strike and when to wait. And the Marcos-Romualdez alliance, they waited. They let her unravel. Let her burn her own bridges. Let her arrogance do the work for them. By the time they moved, she was already standing on the edge. They just gave the final push. At yung push po na yon was the downfall of the high and mighty Sara Duterte. Kayo po, ano ang masasabi nyo sa mga artikulong binasa ko? Comment lang po down below and I will see you in my next video. Diyos ti Admina.